Hello, friends, and welcome back to 20 Questions With. For those of you who are new here, this is my fun way of introducing you to other costumers and costubers by asking them 20 silly questions. Today, we are talking to Casey of Renee Cosplay. Welcome to my channel.
Hi.
I'm so excited to have you here.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me.
For people out there, Casey has a channel, and if you like my channel, you're probably really gonna like her channel. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I do cosplay, historical, hybrid things. I love Disney. Like I would say my aesthetic is like gothic Disney, pretty old things. That's
Yeah.
like what I like. And
Yeah.
so that's what I produce, but I try to be as educational and informative as possible, but also have fun.
Yeah.
I'm going through a phase right now where I'm just mostly vlogging and then I'll put the final product together at the end.
Yeah, if you like my channel, you're probably gonna like her channel because she does it more succinctly than I do though.
Sometimes. And then sometimes it's just pure chaos. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing this week, guys. Let's just try our best.
This is what's happening. All right, are you ready to play 20 questions?
I was born ready.
Excellent.
I can do it. I can do it.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever had to do for a job?
Okay. This is the first weirdest thing I've ever had to do, but because I probably have done lots of weird things. I acted and did all these things, but when I was 17 or 18 years old, I did party princesses. So I was like Ariel or Belle for birthday parties.
Oh my God, that's so much fun.
Make a lot of money.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I made a lot of money. But it was a little girl's first birthday and they wanted me to like shove the cake in her face. And I'm Cinderella in a ball gown. And I was like, I don't think I should do that. So I just like, they just took pictures of me feeding it to her. And then they like pushed it in her face. And then photos of me, my hands being all messy and pretending like I did it. Cause I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But it was so weird because they were like, can we just stage it then? Like, if you're not going to push it. And I was like, I'm not going to, she's one. Like,
right. Don't Disney traumatize her.
I know, but like I feel like that's one of the weirdest things I've had to do or like I've actually done. Because a lot of the times when people ask like, do you want to like, would you be willing to do this? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, I am not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty like good about being like, that's crossed the line for me, not doing it. But I guess pretending like I smashed cake into a 1-year-old's face is not crossing the line.
Yeah. I have never answered this question, so I will answer it also. When I was in college, my freshman year, I went to Colorado State University. I actually went through three different colleges. I went to a college, a university, and a community college. And I worked at Subway. And I worked at Subway from midnight to 7 a.m. because they had a 24-hour Subway and I'm nocturnal. And that was actually, it was super awesome for me. But one of the like bonding activities that we got to do is when you're in Colorado and it's like -20 outside, you can throw tomatoes that are fresh like a frisbee and they will freeze on their way to the other person and you can catch them and they're solid. You can also throw buckets of hot water at people and it will turn to snow before it hits them. Yeah, so we used to have these like food fights outside in the middle of the night, and it was like, I guess it was something I had to do for a job, but like it was something everybody did. Like it was a peer pressure bonding thing.
Oh my gosh, I want to see the tomato thing happen. I want to see that.
Cool. Yeah.
It sounds crazy.
Yeah. So we would have like tomato frisbee, like catching contests and stuff. And the great thing is like, if it's all snowy and like, it would be like 3 or 4 feet of snow, you can do the crazy like catch where you like, la, and you like
land in snow.
And you just land in snow. So it doesn't matter if you like wipe out. It's great. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. I want to see that. So was it sliced tomatoes then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because that's what I'm picturing in my head.
Yeah. The Subway that I was at, we like prepped all the food. So we sliced the tomatoes and we, I guess the lettuce came in bags and stuff, but like we had these giant jars of banana peppers and pepperoncinis, and we had to pull the middles out of all of them individually. So,
Oh my
and
God,
when you would come home, you would smell like pepperoncini and bread baking. So my roommate in my dorm was always like, "You smell so good. I am so hungry," because it was 7 a.m. for her, right? And I'm like, I gotta go to bed.
oh my gosh, I love the way like Subway smells. It's so
Mhm.
bad, but it's so good.
You know, I thought I would like after working there for a year, like not want to work or eat Subway ever again, and that's not true. I freaking love Subway. So,
That's how I
although,
feel about Starbucks. I worked there for 8 years and I'm still like, yep, let's go.
yeah,
Like, I don't care, it's good.
grande with whip, no water chai. My order.
Hey,
Yeah.
I have like 50 drinks. Like, there's a slew of them.
I don't drink coffee, so that like narrows me down.
Oh yeah, chai is what I get my partner because he's not a huge coffee person, but sometimes he'll like have an espresso or something. But I think my favorite is still to this day pumpkin spice latte. Like
Oh, uh-huh.
always, I always have to get it. And some years it gets like delivered at the beginning of August, like sometime like the 10th around then. Even if it's not released until September. And there was one year it arrived on my birthday, August 4th. And my manager, she was like, let's do this. Let's open the box. Let's have pumpkin spice lattes. And I was like, you're the best. It was so great.
I like pumpkin spice chai. That's good too.
Oh,
Like,
pumpkin spice chai is so good.
yeah, yeah. I hate to be a basic white girl, but here I am.
I'm so basic. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, like there's a reason that it's popular because it's easy. I also like passion fruit tazo tea.
Mhm. Oh, I
Yeah,
love passion.
2 pumps
Pumps.
of the simple syrup. If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done?
I feel like they would have assumed that I like robbed a fabric store or something. Or like I accidentally like walked out of the store with a really expensive fabric because I couldn't like let go of it. And I was just like, doo doo doo. Like, yeah, I'll get this thing and that thing. And then like I'm just like, doo doo doo. Oh Jesus, I still have this. Oh man. Cause I have almost walked out of lots of fabric stores before without paying because I'm just so
Oh wow.
distracted. Or
Mhm.
I pay for a certain thing and then I'm like still thinking about the fabric because I do that. I hold on to it until I've made my decision. And sometimes I have to hold on to it for a long time before I'm like, yes, I will buy you. You are worth the money.
Yeah. I think robbing a store or a fabric store would be really hard though.
Yeah, probably like full on robbery, not so like not what I would do. I would just get, and I'd probably get in trouble mostly because I'd be like mouthy and be like, listen, I'm just trying to, I couldn't think about if I wanted it or not. And then I would just be mouthy at the cop and they would be like, all right, lady, you're crazy. We're
Coming
taking
in.
you downtown. I'd be like, no, okay. But if it was like a really, oh man, like a really bad crime, I don't know what I would do, what they would assume I did. Probably let out a bunch of animals that aren't supposed to be, because like I love animals and I don't want them in cages. That's probably really what would send me.
Yeah. Lots of people like I keep getting invitations in different places to go to zoos and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to go to the zoo. I get it that some zoos like the San Diego Zoo and the Wild Animal Park and stuff like that, I don't think it's called the Wild Animal Park anymore in San Diego. Anyway,
I know which one you're
those,
talking about. Yeah.
the safari park or whatever, those are kind of exception because they do so much like conservation work, and a lot of zoos do. But like, man, I went to a zoo in Buenos Aires, and was outside, and it was like 105 degrees out, and there was a polar bear with no snow, sitting in the sunshine, very little water, and I was just like, oh God, that polar bear actually died. So like literally 2 years after I saw it.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
bears.
I'm not into zoos. Like,
What
I don't.
about Animal Kingdom at Disney?
Oh, I do enjoy Animal Kingdom. Yeah,
I
that,
do
oh my
too.
God, that Avatar ride.
So good. So good.
I I'm not a fan of Florida and just in general, like the state. But I'm a very like I am a diehard Disneyland over Disney World because I grew up 15 minutes from Disneyland, and
Mhm.
it's the original park. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's my home. So I went to Animal Kingdom for the first time probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I was like, this is weird, don't like it, don't want to do it. I'm here because my friend was doing a Disney run and I
Yeah.
was doing marathon stuff with her. And which entails, by the way, if you're not going to run, you still have to get up at like 5 a.m. and take a bus for like ever, and then stand around and wait for your friend. So I went to Animal Kingdom, and I was like, actually, this is super boss, because they have like very well kept animals and stuff, but like mostly it's rides and stuff. But that I got on that Avatar ride, and I got off of it, and I was like, that is the single coolest ride I have ever seen in my entire life. For people who don't know, you get on this, like, first of all, the line is insane, but the like the prep up in the line is also awesome.
Yeah.
And then you get on this bike. So if you have a skirt on, I don't know how that really works, but you get on this bike, and you have a giant screen in front of you that is the clearest screen you've ever seen. And then they fly you around, and there's like wind blowing and smells happening and water misting. But the thing is, you're supposed to be flying on this animal, and so the bike pulses between your legs.
Yeah,
like
it feels
breathing.
so cool. It's the coolest ride. Are you a Star Wars fan?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the Rise of the Resistance is their newest ride, and then like everything got closed down, and we woke up at 3 a.m. and got in line to ride it. I think it was like December of 2019, and it's the only ride that is better than that. Like I thought you cannot top Animal Kingdom or the Flight of the Na'vi. Like I literally was going in there and I was like, this is the bar.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, it's so insane.
So I went to Disneyland, and they have one of the Star Wars rides open.
That's the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that one was good, but I was like, yeah, Star Tours. It's interactive Star Tours.
Yeah.
But I guess the other one wasn't open yet. In fact, that's the last time I went to Disneyland, was when I got to ride that ride.
I miss Disney so much.
Mm-hmm. They're doing a thing here. I mean, Florida's open, which I'm just like, that does not seem like a good idea. This is why I don't like Florida. I'm like, stop making bad decisions, Florida.
Yeah.
Disneyland is doing a thing for legacy pass holders where you can pay for the privilege to go there and buy food and hang out in Disneyland and have photographs taken there. And I'm like, God, that's a lot, and that's stupid to pay for, but I kind of want to do that.
I know. I was like, the second I get vaccinated, I'm planning a trip. Like, yeah.
My friend's going because she lives down there, and she's like, I'll take all the pictures and show you. And I'm like, I can't justify staying in a hotel for that. Like, if I lived there, I would 100% do it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, because the only reason we're super Disney World is because we can drive there now. But I grew up with Disneyland, and there's a lot of things that whenever I'm in the Magic Kingdom at Disney World, I'm like, but it's like this over there.
Wait, you lived in LA?
No, I lived in Arizona, and it was a 6-hour drive. And so my mom and I used to go all the time. Like my mom would drive me up. We would be at the park all day long, and then like close the park down and then sleep and come back to the park the next day. I was super young though, so I don't remember a lot of it.
Man, I had my first annual pass when it was like $19 for an annual pass, because maybe it was $29. I don't know. Because my mom used it as babysitting. Because like, if you think about Disneyland, it's a giant cage. Yeah. And there's cameras everywhere. And literally, if you fall down, 74 dudes will come out of bushes out of nowhere and pick you back up. Like, it's crazy. I had a friend pass out at Disneyland from heat exhaustion. There were at least 8 people around her within 1 minute. It was nuts.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
So she used it as babysitting. And that was when you could drive up to the front gate. So she would drive up to the front gate, drop me off. She would go do shopping and stuff, and then come back 3 hours later and pick me up.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I have I'm OG, but dude, that ride, Animal Kingdom.
It's so good. I can't wait oh man, I can't wait.
Now I can't wait for Rise of the Resistance to open, because what is that like? What happens in that one?
I don't want to ruin it for you. I'll just say this. Basically, you are going on a mission as you're a rebel and you're going on a mission. Ooh. And it is immersive in the sense that there's about 3 or 4 separate locations that make you feel like you are no longer on Earth.
Wow.
It's like there was 2 moments where I started ugly crying, because I was just like, so like Oh, and it broke on us. So we got to go through it twice.
Yay, I love breaking.
Yeah, so like we were in one of the holding areas and things weren't working. And so we got to go through this whole process over again. And it was just as emotional the second time. And the actual physical part where you're like on the ride, where they consider it like the ride, is 19 minutes.
Wow. So it's worth the
Yeah.
wait. Yeah.
It's so worth the wait. Like we were like, why didn't, because we had annual passes and that was our last day of our annual pass. And we're like, we could have been doing this every morning. Why weren't we doing this every morning? But it was so great. Like it was just like, it's the best experience. And I think like the second best experience at Disney is lightsabers. If you can build your lightsaber, that was again, ugly crying. I was a mess.
I want the robot.
We haven't done the robot yet.
I want to do it. Like, I think it's fun.
Yeah, we had to choose between sabers or robot because like if we're doing sabers, we were both going to do a saber, whereas if we were doing a robot, it would have probably just been Toby. And because like we don't really need two bots, but you need to have two sabers so you can have a duel, especially because I'm dark side and he is light side. And
I mean, my last name is Padawan. I feel like I need a saber.
It was so fun.
Both of those things are heckin' expensive, by the way. If anyone ever is gonna go to Disneyland on a trip, just pack an extra $200 for that stuff because that's like, it's expensive. It's ridiculous.
Save up for it, definitely. Like, don't just go there thinking you can do it.
But those sabers are badass. Like, they are. When you go to a con, there's always this booth that's at every con where they will make you the coolest lightsaber that ever existed, but they are heckin' expensive. Like you can pay a couple grand for a lightsaber. I would say that these aren't quite as good, but for all intents and purposes, they do the job. Like they're super cool lightsabers at Disneyland.
And there's the whole building it yourself aspect that is really magical. Like they really just again, I don't want to ruin things for people, so I'm just gonna say do it. If you're a Star Wars fan, do the thing.
Okay. What's something that a lot of people are missing out on because they don't know about it? Building lightsabers.
Building lightsabers is so accurate. Unless you're not a Star Wars fan, then like there's obviously other things. You know what? And I'm sure a lot of people actually do this or like a show. I think having somebody put you into drag makeup or put you into like really over the top makeup. I think everyone in the world should have like a professional makeup artist put them in makeup once. I have a few, obviously in cosplay, like I have a lot of makeup artist friends and I am always like, oh, you want to paint my face? Okay, yeah, like of course. I don't even care what colors you use or what you do. Let's go. Okay. It's just fun and it's like it's expressive and it's like that hybrid of like the person that's doing your makeup's art and like your art. It's kind of like photography too. I think everyone should also do a professional photo shoot.
Oh yeah. Yes, 100%. Especially like I would add hair to that whole thing.
Yes.
Like this is sort of like I don't know. It's sort of like a, girl thing to say because it's hair and makeup and whatever, but like also for every gender. Yeah,
I agree.
This is amazing to get hair, makeup, and a photo shoot. Like you will not look at yourself the same after you've had pro photos done. Like it's totally it's a different human.
Yeah, because also I know that like with people that don't want to wear makeup or they don't want to have a lot of makeup, some artists will listen to that and they'll do like small things like moisturize and like maybe brush your eyebrows or something like that to make you still like you will look a little bit elevated and then you get the photos on top of it. I think it's just such a lovely experience and like you don't have to have an occasion. It doesn't have to be a for a costume or even like a headshot. You could do it for whatever. I mean, we got professional photos done of our dog because she is cute.
Going out, like some photographers will go out into like the woods and take pictures of you or a field or something like that. And it's just like you in whatever you normally wear, do the thing. Trust me, it's awesome. And the pictures, you think you're good with your camera phone. You are not good with your camera phone
Mm-mm.
compared to these. Like, just it looks magic. Like, it's just magical. You should do it.
Yeah, it's like I would say photo shoots are probably my second favorite part of like making costumes, like the actual making of it and then photographing it with like Alex or like a professional photographer. That is my second favorite part because I made this art and then they take the art I made and they make their own art on top of it. And it's
What is
like,
your first favorite thing?
well, the sewing part, like that's my favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
The making the thing part.
I don't love the sewing part. My entire purpose, there's zero favorite parts except getting the pictures. That's the whole point of all of it for me, is to get the pictures, because I'm just like, yes, I'm a princess, finally.
Yeah, I will say being on stage in it is like really close to the photos, but it's not an every costume thing. It's just like a when I do competitions or something, but like that is like really close to the photo part.
Yeah. Who is the most interesting person you've ever met?
Oh my God. Okay. So I know this is a safe space and I can say this to you. There is a lovely, like much older man that picks up trash on our sidewalk because we live like right next to like a street that's kind of like high traffic and
Mhm.
people litter and stuff. He's got to be retired, at least that old. And he, for a long time, held a sign that said "Dump Trump." And he would just walk up and down and he would just pick up the trash and put it in a bag and like walk down it. And then when like the vote was happening, the signs like changed to something about like it like there something about taking away our rights and stuff, and like if you let him lie to you, like he's taking away your rights.
Yeah.
And then like when the Capitol happened, it changed, but it changed to like hold your representatives accountable. Like this man, all he does with his life is walk up and down this street that I'm not going to specify for safety purposes. It's probably a 2-mile stretch, and cleans up the trash with like political signs, and it is so cool. And every time I see him, I'm like, yeah.
What's interesting about that is, like, there's some argument that your area cinched the election.
I know. Actually, I was out running the Saturday that like it happened, you know, they called it, and he was picking up trash and I was like, yeah, and he was like, yeah. It was so great. I was like, yes, because I see him every time I run, like he's there. So we have this like mutual respect for each other. But it was really exciting. I was like, yes. And then when it was for like voting for John Ossoff and yeah, when all that was going on, he had a sign as well. And I was like, let's do this, like let's get them, like let's flip the state. It was so great. He just makes me so happy. And that's why he's so interesting, is because like I've never actually like talked to him, but this is all he does.
Yeah.
So
I
great.
kind of like people like that a little bit more in some ways, because I develop a narrative for them in my head about their whole life and what's happened to them in their life that has caused them to get to the place where they're doing this. And my story is usually really good. So, so I'm like, oh, this dude is real interesting.
Yeah, that's like kind of what I did, was like I just like asked myself like, at a young age, was he like into politics, or like did he go to school, like was he, you know what I mean, because
Yeah.
like I just like think to myself like, but this is how he's spending his life and it's so cool.
Yeah. That is awesome. If you were to try out for a singing reality show, what song would you sing?
um well, I sort of kind of love Barbara, so I'd probably sing like Rain on My Parade, or I would do Lady Gaga, and I would do like You and I, something
Mhm.
like that. So
Wow. Wow, those are good answers. I can't
I
sing.
think about this all the time though. It's like it's
Can you sing?
no. I mean, like I did musical theater for like 7 years, and I was always cast as like the character singer actor. Like I don't sing well, I sing in character.
Right, okay.
But I'm obsessed with musicals. I love
Yeah.
musicals.
I mean, I feel like that's a thing for all of us. We're like, yes.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can't sing. I can't sing at all. So I would obviously pick I Will Always Love You, because that is the one to sing if you can't sing.
Yeah, no, it actually, yeah.
Just
You might
start.
as just start it. Yeah, just go way up there.
Go for it.
Oh my gosh. Have you heard, well, you obviously probably know Dolly Parton wrote that, but have you heard the podcast on her? I think it's like Dolly's World or something like that.
No.
It's like a 10 episode podcast about kind of how Dolly sees the world.
Oh my
And
God.
and so the interviewer got connected to Dolly because his dad was her physician for something. And
Oh.
so like that's how they're connected. And I can't remember where he's from exactly, but their family's from somewhere in the Middle East. And so it's this weird, like, how does like this, Middle Eastern doctor befriend Dolly Parton? And it's really good. I think it's called Dolly's World, and I think it's on Spotify, but
I'm gonna check that out. I think she's a national treasure.
she really is. Like, she's so great.
Did you hear the Medal of Honor thing about her? Medal of Freedom? Medal of Freedom. So Trump offered her the Medal of Freedom and she had to turn it down because like something else happened. It wasn't that she was saying no to Trump. She was just like something else is going on in her life and she couldn't do it. Like she got sick or something happened, right?
Mhm.
And then he offered it to her again and she had to say no because something else happened or like COVID hit or something,
Yeah.
like she couldn't go get it. And so she said no twice basically to it. And now like Biden keeps wanting to give it to her and she can't take it because she feels like she would be making a political statement about stuff. And he's like,
Oh.
I don't want to get into this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I mean, I think she deserves it. I mean, I think we should give it to her from Congress, not the president.
The president, yeah, to bypass that whole like thing.
Yeah.
She's just such a freaking fabulous person.
She's so like anti-drama that I can like she's one of the people that I'm like most people I'm like, no, make the political statement. But with her, I'm like, yeah, I get it, Dolly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. And but she did just get vaccinated.
I mean, she paid for some of the vaccine to get made. So like,
yeah. But she did a whole thing. She's like, it just pinched a little. Like, it was so cute. I was like, Dolly, please.
Everybody needs to love Dolly. That's my opinion. Like, she's amazing.
Yeah.
How superstitious are you?
So I like grew up with Native American like beliefs, kind of like my dad raised me because he's Cherokee or he's part Cherokee. And so he raised me he's very religious as well, but it's a weird thing. So I'm not religious at all.
Mm-hmm.
But like he raised me to believe that there are spirits and things like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that concept that like you don't just go away. So I've chosen to believe that like people do move on, like, or or moving on is like, you get to take another form somewhere. And I like to believe that, but also I have had a interaction with a dead person, a ghost in college when I got real lucky and I had a dorm room by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was supposed to be 2 people, but the girl left like the 3rd or 4th week to join a sorority and wanted to move into the sorority house. And they were like, it's going to get filled. It's going to get filled. It's going to get filled. Never got filled. So over like Christmas break, I stayed in my dorm, and it was like some point between Christmas and New Year's that I was like sleeping, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought I was dreaming. I was like, okay, this is probably a dream. And I thought I heard one of my friends passed away prior to that. And I thought I heard her in my closet going through my clothes. This is something very common. Like when we would hang out, she'd go through my clothes and be like, Casey, you don't wear this anymore. Like, get rid of it. And so I thought again, like I was dreaming, and I go into my closet and there she is going through my clothes. And she's like, you can't keep this. You can't keep that. Like you should be wearing this more. Like this belt suits you better. And I am like Nicole is there. And like she's touching all my things. And I go like basically wake up or go back to my bed. And I thought I was dreaming. And when I got up in the morning, my stuff was everywhere. Like the piles she had made were there.
Oh my God.
And I donated a lot of clothes the next day. And I called her mom. And I was like, Nicole visited me to give me some fashion tips.
What did
So
your mom say?
her mom was like, oh, her mom was like, she visits me all the time. She's like, whenever I'm in the most need, she's there. And I mean, I just believe it because I don't have a reason not to. And it was really joyous for me. It felt kind of like I felt blessed. Like I felt like I am special enough for her to come back and go through my clothes. So like it doesn't hurt anybody. It's not hurting me. So why not, you know?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm pretty superstitious, yeah. And I believe in energy and stuff. I'm from Arizona. We have Sedona.
you identify as Native American?
No. Yeah, I identify as Jewish because most of my heritage is from like European Jewish,
Mhm.
and most of the information I have about like my heritage is from my mom. So I don't really identify with because it's all through my dad, but like my grandparents who came from Hungary, I mean they're, oh my God, Nani and Papa, the best humans ever. They're so cool. And so because I know so much, that's just more tangible to me.
Yeah. Hmm.
So the
Yeah.
rest of it is just I have done sweats, Native American sweats.
Hmm.
Um, my dad got to be the keeper of the mamas and papas. Is that what it is? The grandpas and grandmas, something like that. Each stone is supposed to represent like an ancestor, and so because he was like the keeper of that, I at like 12 years old was allowed to do the women's because they separate them. Women go into one hut because you do get naked.
Gotcha.
You don't have to like as like at 16 or at 16 and younger they kind of suggest you to wear clothes, but the rest of the women do. And so but it's very ritualistic. It was basically like hot yoga, but with
Hmm.
like sage and no yoga.
That
So
sounds better than hot yoga.
well, it's hotter than hot yoga though. It
Yeah.
was definitely because I've done both, but like hot yoga doesn't get as hot. But I just remember, and I remember the woman next to me was like, if it's too hot, you can lift up the side. It's okay. You have permission. And I was like, okay. So I would lift up the side of the sweat or the tent and like put my head out. I was, whatever. But it's cool. And then you get chili afterwards, like chili the food.
Oh, you're doing
Yeah.
it inside and outside.
Yeah, so outside you get like you put your clothes back on and then everyone comes out and there's like a huge feast and I
Oh,
just remember the chili and cornbread. Yeah, like we were invited to do it, so
yeah.
that's the only reason I got
Oh,
to.
yeah.
Otherwise, like it's not something I suggest people just seeking out.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was also like in the 90s, so who knows.
Yeah. What book or movie do you wish you could experience for the first time again?
Okay, I know everyone's already said this one, but like Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My dad took me out of school to see it at midnight. So like the Friday, I didn't have to go to school. So my whole family saw it. I was 11 years old and we all went to the movie theater at midnight and we saw it. And like that was it. Like that was the moment I knew that like books and like fantasy worlds and all of that, like that is like my like reality outside of reality. Like that's where I want to live.
Hmm.
And like that's the world that I want to be in. And like I just remember seeing The Return of the King, and when it ended, having the worst feeling in my stomach. Like I just like lost a friend because it's over. Like you
Yeah,
just went on this journey and now it's gone.
yeah,
So that's mine. I love oh, I love my little token baby.
yeah. I mean, everyone says it for a reason. It's like it defined a generation in a lot of ways. It's like how Star Wars defined a generation, like the one right before me, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like that. So
Yeah, it definitely is.
I always say that it's like for me, The Matrix was the one where my mind was just like, what? And then I went back and I watched it again. Like immediately I bought the ticket for the next showing and I was like, I actually went outside the theater, paid for another ticket, and went back in and did. That's who I am, kids, is like the kid who doesn't even theater hop. I was just like, no, I'm paying for this. But I have been thinking about it as to like the movie that had one of the biggest effects on me. And weirdly, it was Beetlejuice. It was the first time that I saw a movie and I went, oh, there are other people out there like me. Cause I like weird stuff. And like, I mean, Tim Burton is my jam. And so, and he's like everybody's jam now, but back then he was not anybody's jam. Like nobody, everybody thought that that movie was weird at the
Yeah.
time. Like, right. And like, it was the first time I heard a soundtrack to it, like, cause I am also diehard Danny Elfman. The first thing my dad ever gave me was a Oingo Boingo tape the day I was born. And I still have that tape. And I love Danny Elfman. Like I've always loved him, but it was the first time I heard a score that like moved me to my core and made me know that there were other people in the world that were weird like me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I went to school in Orange County, like everybody around me was orange behind the orange curtain and like super Guess jeans, like Michael Jordan or LA Gear Michael Jackson's shoe wearing people. So like to watch a movie and go, oh, wow, I'm not alone in this world. Like that feeling, like now that I think about it, like based on, because you said like that was the feel, and I'm like, oh yeah, that one.
Beetlejuice is so good. It's one of those movies that like I watch it now and it is like still every time I watch it, it's oh my gosh.
It holds up.
It holds up. And then like there's still moments that I kind of almost semi forgot about. And so when they happen, I'm just like, oh my God, right. Like it's just such a ride every time. And it's so good.
And the cartoon is so good. Like cartoon is so good. If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would you choose and why?
I know everyone's answers have been really like the same, but I always want to say Winnie the Pooh because Winnie the Pooh. But there's so many cartoon characters out there.
Yeah.
And I'm more of a Tigger. And I really just want to bounce around and find heffalumps. So I'm going to say Tigger. Like I would totally hang out with Tigger all day.
Yeah.
We like to meet. So we're huge character people at Disney when we go. Like we have to meet characters. And we like to meet Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. And like for our photos, I always go to Tigger and Toby always goes to Pooh. So I like completely bypass Pooh. I'm like, you're sweet, but Tigger, what is up? How's the bouncing going? Have you gotten any, like, have you gotten up in any trees lately?
That is the most on brand answer.
I just love Tigger so much.
And Tigger's awesome. Tigger's full of joy. If you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would you live?
New Zealand. Easily. I feel like I could, not just because of Lord of the Rings, but I feel like I am like a city person at heart. I love living in a city, but if you put me in nature, I will thrive as well. And I love the idea of getting to just explore for a year. Like that would be so fun.
Yeah.
I would just need a book that tells me like all of the poisonous bugs and things.
There aren't any.
Really?
There are none. There are 0 things that are poisonous in New Zealand. I'm not kidding.
I'm going to New Zealand. See you later.
Australia is the one that has like the top 10 deadliest things all live in Australia. And New Zealand, literally, I mean, the most deadly thing that lives in New Zealand is literally humans.
Well, the New Zealand, hello.
Yeah. As it turns out, there are cities in New Zealand too. So
well, like
both.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean like the Chicago level cities.
Oh yeah. Auckland's pretty awesome though. Like it's a cool city. Like I think you'd enjoy it. I was supposed to do semester abroad or like a year abroad thing, and I chose not to do it because I got into a whole bunch of like super advanced classes that I it was dumb. It was just a stupid decision. And I regret, that is like the only thing in my life that I regret is like not doing that. And I should have. And because I was going to go to New Zealand. So
yeah, I just want to go so bad.
yeah. If you could commit any crime and get away with it, what would you choose and why?
I don't feel like I would steal anything. Would I? I'm like, would I though? Because I think I would. But what would I want? What would I steal? I never get caught having it. And I could put it on display, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like the rule is you don't get caught.
You don't get caught.
You know what? Just to say I did it, I would steal the Mona Lisa.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm.
Just to be like, I did it. This is like, her smile is worth $750 million and I stole it.
Yeah.
And then I would probably just return it, but I would just do it just to say I did it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what my crime would be. There's a lot of people who have all these altruistic crimes where they would like steal something and give it back to their country of origin and stuff. And I'm just like, eh.
I'm a little too chaotic for that.
Yeah. I'm thinking like, have you seen Office Space?
A long time ago, like probably when it came out a long time
There's
ago.
this scam that happens in it where they like set up a computer to steal like micro payments and put it into a bank account so that they're funded forever. And I'm like, that's probably more my style because like that's like a constant source of lots of money that nobody ever finds out about. Yeah, right.
Oh man, I would still probably just steal the Mona Lisa just to say I did it. And then I would write a book on it like a decade later on how I did it.
Yeah. That's a good one. If you could have a personal assistant, what would you have them do?
Respond to my emails, respond to the comments that I don't want to respond to on social media. Like there's some that I love responding to and I'm like, yeah, let's talk all day. But then there's some that I'm like, like I'm just going to tell you to Google it because I don't know. They would definitely like worry about my taxes and things. They would be in charge of all that.
I pay someone to do that, so that's great.
I'm not there yet. I still do it myself and I still tell every year, I'm like, why don't you just hire somebody to do this? And
it's literally like $300 or $400.
See, oh my God. All right. Well,
so worth that money.
I've already done it this year and I'm about to do it the next quarter. So maybe next year. They would totally be cleaning my house. They would be like cleaning my studio, cleaning my machines, oiling them.
I got this tiny vacuum for my machine. I freaking love it. It's awesome. Oh it brushes while it vacuums, so it like you can fluff out all the stuff and then it like sucks it. It's great.
Oh my gosh.
It was an Instagram ad impulse buy at 4 a.m. I'm like, do I need this? My friends are like, yes, you do.
Yeah, that's awesome. I might need to look into that because sewing linen, it's everywhere.
It's fluffy. Oh, dude, wool is like.
Oh, I just did wool. You can't see her. You can barely see the black, but she's 80% wool and 20% something fake. Who cares? But like, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm going to have to do this by hand because I pleated it down, all that jazz. Nope. This baby was like, yes, I'll take you. Feed me.
Casey also has the same machine I have. Like, she's kind of the OG, like, Janome cosplay ambassador. So
I walked up to them at the sewing and vacuum show last February and I was like, hi, I do this. And she's not in here now. I have my Sakizo dress on display at the show. And I was like, this is what I do. It was really cool.
You're like, you want to give me free machines. Go.
I mean, not really, but like that's, I was just kind of like, yeah, I really want to get better embroidery machine. This is what I currently have. And they were like, come look at our machines. And I was like, yeah. And then I'm asking questions and yeah, we got an email a week later. It's great.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for blazing the path for us.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I want to do is just build this bridge, like sewing industry to costumers. Like I want them to know we exist.
They're starting to. I'm excited about that. Like, yeah. Yeah.
So great.
I mean, we are the next generations of sewists. So
yeah. And there's so much that we do that like is also quilting. Like there's so many ways quilting can be incorporated into what we do. And so like we can learn from the quilting industry, and like the sewing industry and quilting industry can learn from us. And like, why not have this beautiful rainbow bridge that connects everyone that we can all frolic on and be like, yay!
Yeah, totally agree. Like the more the merrier.
Yes, please. But yes, my assistant would answer my emails and make sure my taxes get done and clean my machines and, those things.
Yeah, those are all good things. I like
cook my dinner. Yeah, I hate cooking.
You want a maid and a cook and an assistant.
I don't really need an assistant, but like if I get one.
Yeah.
Like, and they might need to model some things that I make, because there's days where I'm like, I just don't want to wear this. I don't want to try this on right now.
Yeah. So they need to be your size.
Yeah. So just clone me. It's fine. Yeah. it'll be all right.
Would you rather be the funniest or the smartest person in the room?
Okay. I never want to be the smartest person in the room ever. No way. Everyone needs to be smarter than me. That's pretty typical for my life. I'm not normally the funniest, but like if I can get a joke or two in, like I'm in a good place. So I guess I'll say funniest, but I don't have to be. I can just exist and everyone else can be funnier than me. Or I can be the wingman, where like I set you up for the jokes. Ooh, I like that. That's what I do.
That's a great spot to be in. I think I would say the same thing. Being the smartest person around you sucks. Like I have been that, and it sucks. And that's why all of my friends are way, way, way smarter than me. And I'm like, oh, thank God this is great. Because like when you have to deal with people who aren't as smart as you, you have to spend a lot of energy explaining things. That part sucks. So I surround myself, luckily I live in Silicon Valley where there's lots and lots of smart people. So I get to be the stupidest person in the room, and I'm like, yes, this is amazing. Everyone gets to explain things to me.
My partner is the smartest, and I'm like, thank you so much. Because like he's in tech, and so he just explains everything to me, and I'm like, thank you so much. And we don't tell people what I do. I'm like, tell them I'm an entrepreneur or something. I don't know. I don't tell them I make costumes, because then they want to talk to me about costuming, and I'm like, that's like a thing that I know more than all of them about. And then I'm like, well, now I have to gauge like what I can compare things to.
What is your level of interest in this conversation? Like, do you want to know the nitty gritty? Yeah.
His CTO actually is super interested in the couture fashion and knows, like studied Alexander McQueen. And we had a real great conversation once.
That's awesome.
Was like on levels. And I was like, bro.
That's great. That's really great.
It's like, you can take Toby and I out for drinks any day.
And I'll talk to you about Alexander McQueen. I love Alexander McQueen. Like
I do too. I want to make things that impact the world like he did.
Yeah.
Like that was theater to me. Like when I watch it, like his shows, I'm like, this is theater. Like, like it's fashion, but it's theater.
Yeah, I went to one of the exhibits. I think it wasn't Savage Beauty, but I think it was the one right after it. And it was in London. Kathy and I went, and it was amazing. Like the staging of it was room after room after room after room of just amazing clothes staged in the most amazing way. Every piece was something that I was like, that is something that is super normal and it's completely on its head. And I would have never thought to do it that way. And that is so unbelievably beautiful.
Yeah, I love his work so much. Because I have a degree in theater, and we got to like do lots of crazy. I did avant-garde theater is like that's like my bread and butter. And we studied some of his runway shows to help us develop a couple of our devising pieces. And like it's theater. Like it's just so good, and it has a message and it has a point of view. And like there is nothing I feel like that goes like everything means something.
Yeah.
There is not anything in there that is just done to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely tangent.
You were talking about your partner. My husband and I have a really weird smartness ratio where he can do like trigonometry in his head, and he's a super genius for really complicated stuff. And like, he doesn't tie his shoes correctly. And I am like super practical knowledge. Like, I can go out of any situation. I know what to do in almost anything can happen to us. And I'm like, I got this. But like, I don't know fundamentally how computers actually work on the like nano level, and the, like I want to know that stuff, but like nobody seems to be able to explain it to me, but he knows that stuff. So we have this like ratio of smartness where one of us is always the smart one in the room, but it depends on what's going on.
Yeah, I think that no, Toby's always the smart one. I'm okay with that because, well, I don't want to be the smart.
I have this funny story about the shoe tying thing. So like I was trying to show Chris how to tighten a corset, right?
Oh no, oh bless, oh bless.
So I put it on my mannequin and I'm like, come on, I'm going to show you how to do this. So when you put it on me, and I'm like, all right, we're going towards the middle. So we're going to start at the top and we're going to go pull, 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 pull. And then I am going to take the bunny ears and pull. And he's like, wait, what? And he starts to try to do it, but he's like pulling one at a time, right? And I'm like, no, you got to pull these two, pull these two, pull these two. And he's like, what? And I'm like, like when you tie your shoes. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm like, he starts being like, he's like, I tie my shoes like this. And I'm like, that doesn't work because the thing is just sliding back and forth, right? Like, yeah. And I'm like, go get a shoe. So he goes and gets a shoe. And that is in fact how he ties his shoes. And I'm like,
how?
We're done here. I'll figure out another way to get in this corset. He's actually gotten to the point where he can do the corsets, but like, that was one of very few arguments that we ever had, was me going, that's not how you tie shoes. And he's like, woman, don't tell me how to tie my shoes. And I'm just like,
oh my gosh. You're like, okay, well, this will happen later.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta go. I can't handle this conversation right now.
I feel like everyone should have a first corset, like having your partner help you in a corset story. Cause like, it was just like, I should not have waited to get to the convention to ask him to help me get in a corset. I don't know why it took that long.
Beforehand.
Practice beforehand, because that was a good 45 minutes of him just trying to figure it all out. Oh,
yeah.
It was a lot. He's so good now. Now it's like, all right, what are we doing? Like, he knows the words to everything, but then he was like, what's a petticoat? This is a robe a la française. What is that? Like, he could not.
Even now, like if I'm like, can you put me in my corset? He'll be like, okay. All right, what do I got to do here? And I'm like starting at the top, do it the same way. And I get it down as tight as I can before I send him in. I'm like, all you got to do is get it the last bit of tightness. Just grab the middle of the X, pull. Grab the middle of the X, pull. And he's like, okay. And he does a great job now. Like, he figured it out. But like, man, it's still an ordeal.
Did he ever go through the phase where he thought he was going to hurt you?
Like, oh yeah.
Because like that phase was really stressful for me. I was like, I will tell you if I am in pain, please stop lacing this so slow so we can go to the convention. And he's like, but am I hurting you? And I'm like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah. I'm like, you can't actually hurt me in this. This is like not going to hurt me, period. Like, I will either squish or I will not. Like,
But there was a point where he thought he was gonna break the corset, and the first time he like realized he wasn't, he's like, "Did you buy this from the store?" And I was like, "I made that. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I know."
That's great.
I think it was like my 5th corset though. It took me a while. Little slow at things, but it's fine.
My most worn corset is still my very first corset.
Wow.
Yeah, it is by far the most comfortable. I think it's because it's the most broken in, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's the one I wear in every video. You guys see the red and white stripy one? Like, that's my first one, and it fits the best, and it always has been. I don't know what, I think it's the design of the corset is very, it's not designed to suck you in a lot. It's
Yeah.
very gentle, and I think that's what my body needs. And so, yeah.
I don't know if I have my first one. I don't think I do.
I hope you harvested the bones.
I learned that late though. Like I got rid of some. Well, I also would make things with plastic bones for a while, like really cheap plastic, the featherweight, until I learned about things. Yeah. I
Right.
was slow.
Everybody gets there in their own time.
Yeah.
Would you rather be able to talk with animals or speak all foreign languages?
Talk with animals, easy. I talk to my dog anyway. Like especially during pandemic times, like sorry, but I'm not going very far. I'm not going to France or Germany right now, even though Belgium's on my vision board. Christmas, I'm doing it. Not necessarily this one, but I would love to talk to my dog. I think it'd be just the coolest thing.
I'm afraid that it would be a now I'm the smartest person in the room problem. Like if I talk to my cats, who also they're super self-centered. So I feel like my conversations with my cats would be like, I would finally understand that what I interpret them saying is actually true. Like treats, 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 pets, treats. So I do voices for all the cats. So like when Chris is petting them and talking to them, I respond back to Chris as the cat.
Oh my gosh.
They all have their own voice and the way that they are and the way that they think and stuff. And so like we have this one cat, Dakota, who speaks in like Marilyn Monroe whisper voice to him, but she's also evil. So she'll be like, I think I'll sit on your chest and breathe your breath now.
Oh my gosh.
With her little face right here.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
What is your favorite section in the grocery store and why?
It's still the cheese, even though I cannot, well, I'm not sure. And now I think it's spicy things that are hurting my stomach,
Oh, uh-huh.
which is I love Mexican food from Arizona with real Mexican food. You know the real stuff from the crap, the Tex-Mex stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also find dishes that aren't so spicy that it hurts my stomach. So I think I'm going to say cheese because we always stop in the cheese section. Like, even if I don't need it, I'm like, let me just see what's on sale. Do they have some Dubliner? What about some brie?
It's
Every
so
time.
interesting. Every time.
Every time. I just have to.
What's going on here? Why is it's always different? It's always good. Yeah.
There was, when we lived in Chicago, about 2 blocks away from us, a like cheese shop. It was like a cheese. They had wine and sandwiches. So I think they called themselves a bistro.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Ogilvy Station. So it's like underneath the station.
Mm-hmm.
And we would often go like on Saturday morning because they also had like a bakery and all these other things connected to it. It was this really cute, just like cool place. And they would always offer us samples of cheese. So we would always take something home, but we got to try so many weird things. I don't really like blue cheese, but I will have samples of it and like probably really enjoy it. And then that's about as far as it is for me.
I've learned that if you get a mild blue cheese and then you throw honey on top of it,
Ooh.
the way to be. Yeah. And
I
a really
also like
creamy one.
I was gonna say I do like mixing cheeses with like jams and things. I think that's really cool. And then also cheese and beer tastings.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was something we used to do is we would go because there was a really fancy, not fancy, but they just were a big bottle shop about like 3 blocks from there. So we would get our cheese. research, like Google online while we're walking to the bottle shop, and then try to find things that would pair with it. And then that would be our dinner.
My grandma once, when I picked up my sewing machine, that was her sewing machine. I was like, "Do you want to go out to lunch?" And she's like, "No, I ate." I'm like, "What'd you have?" She's like, "I had cheese and crackers." And I'm like, "Grandma, that's not enough food." And now I'm like, "Oh, that sounds good."
Yeah. It's very often a meal here. Like we'll just be like, yes. We got a box. I don't remember what it was, where it was from. That was like all these pears, and then there was like cheese and sausage and crackers in it. I think it was Christmas or New Year's. And the cheese was so good. It was a creamy cheese, like a softer cheese, but it was so good. And we literally ate pears and apples, and I don't eat meat. So Toby had the sausage and cheese. And like that was our lunch or dinner. I don't know what time of day it was, but it was a meal. It was so good.
Yeah. What is your most used emoji?
Oh, I'll look. Am I allowed to look?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, I don't know.
Mine is you crying, laughing. I cry, laugh this way, and then I cry, laugh this way.
I was gonna say, oh, mine's a purple heart.
Oh,
I love the purple. I heart everything, but purple's my favorite color. So
oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I like the heart that has like 3 dunk dunk dunks on it. Like it's
the stars, the sparkles.
No, it's like the heart
gets 3 hearts. It's like the Grinch's heart grew 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that.
So if it was like just the emoji, like the face, it's the heart face, like the one with the hearts in the eyes. So I just like to heart everything.
I like the little face with the hearts around it.
Oh yeah. It's like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think I just started using that recently because somebody, I think it might have been you, used it. And I was like, I should use this one more.
I think it's cute. And it's like, I think this is awesome. That's what that said. Yeah. Do you, like tangential question, do you think this is jazz hands or hug?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because this one to me is jazz hands.
I was gonna say in real life, like if somebody were to come up to me like this would mean jazz hands.
Yeah.
Because like if somebody wanted to hug me, when it would be like a more of a this, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have to go with jazz hands then, because like
actually it's more like this.
Jazz hands.
Name one cool feature you would add to your dream house.
Oh, I mean, like I want a bookshelf that like you open up and it leads you into somebody like a house, like another room.
Mm-hmm. You want
I have trapdoors like crazy. Like we've actually talked about this a lot. Someday we're gonna have a house that has trapdoors and a library and like the Clue house. That's gonna be our house. Yeah. Like we're gonna live in it. It's on my vision board. We're doing it.
I dated this guy for like 9 years, and his name was Carl, and he lived. His parents lived in Indianapolis, and they built their own house, and the dad designed it. And in the house, there were 3 different like things where you could go through a hole in the wall and go through the walls and come out in a different room. And also his bedroom was made so you walked in and you had to step up 2 stairs, and there's a platform, and then there was bunk beds, and then you step down 2 stairs and there was like another like area to play in. And then he was an adult at this point, so it was like a desk and stuff, but then behind that there was like another like secret room entrance. So yeah,
I want something like that.
Yeah,
just so cool.
He's like, this was really awesome when I was 7. I'm like, dude, we're 25 and I'm still thinking this is really awesome.
Yeah, you're like, when do we get the
house? Which song has the ability to cheer you up?
That changes a lot. Like, I think I have a song a year, like every year to year and a half. But right now, the closing song in 6, the musical, I think the song is just called 6. Mm-hmm. If that song comes on, like I'm jacked, like I'm ready. I'm just like, and I sing every word, and I'm just like, I just lose it. Like, I'm like, yes, all right, let's go. Awesome. Let's do the thing.
I was like gonna go see that musical, and then I didn't get to go to London because COVID.
I've actually only ever seen one show on Broadway, and it was Wicked. Wow. because
Wow.
I've only been to New York twice, and the first time was New York Comic Con, and then the second time Toby had to go out for like work, and it was attached to C2E2, so like he was gonna fly from New York or from Chicago to C2,
Mhm.
and we just played around with like what it would look like if I changed my flights.
Mhm.
And it ended up being cheaper for me to fly to New York and then back to Atlanta from New York than it would from Chicago to Atlanta. So
Mhm.
I spent 4 days in New York and just kind of did my thing during the day. And then we saw theater at night and it was glorious. So we saw Wicked.
Was it the original cast?
No, it wasn't. I did have a bootleg though of the original cast in high school. There was like the DVD that went around,
Uh-huh.
or the CD or whatever that went around our whole like circle of friends. We were all in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat together,
Uh-huh.
and we all like had 2 nights with the CD to get it onto our computer
Uh-huh.
and make our own copy of it, and then like we ended up getting the voice instructor for that musical. The traveling tour was coming, and her husband, I guess, was able to buy batch tickets, like 100 of them. And so the cast members were able to spend $20, but we wouldn't sit together. And
Oh,
we're like getting to see
whatever.
Wicked for $20
Yeah.
with my cast. Like that was my first time ever seeing any like Broadway traveling or anything.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So
they previewed Wicked in San Francisco. Guess what I got to
I
do?
got to see her with like
And it was slightly different because
yeah.
it was in previews, so they were still changing stuff. It wasn't completely different. I think they changed some stuff about one of the songs or something, but like yeah, and I was in this old theater. Like it was a kind of a trauma event in some ways because we were in this like all the theaters in San Francisco are super old. And they're very thin and very tall. And so we went and saw Wicked in this tiny little theater, and we were on like the top shelf I think we were in the first row of the top shelf. So we had really good visual like line of sight. But it was like the one day a year that it is like 100 degrees in San Francisco, and there are no buildings in San Francisco that are air conditioned because it's San Francisco. You don't need air conditioning. Well, you do now because global warming, but like it was not air conditioned. So me and my friends were just like drenched, just sweating it out. But we were like, this is so good. And we're just like, it's so hot, I can't even breathe.
That's
But
amazing.
it was such a good show. Yeah. So I've seen it. I've seen Wicked like I think 4 or 5 times now because I'm an obsessive watcher. I've seen Hamilton like 5 times. So
Do you want I have a Hamilton story? Okay, so I saw Lin-Manuel Miranda perform in the Heights when I was in college, and my voice instructor is friends with Lin, and he came to our voice class to talk to us. Yeah, it was crazy. But at the time, he was just like the guy that did In the Heights.
right, he
Like
wasn't Lin-Manuel Miranda yet.
yeah, and so it was mostly cool because he talks a lot about like his cadence, the cadence he created for In the Heights,
Yeah.
and a lot of like just vocal coaching things because
Yeah.
it was a voice class, and like dialects and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just a cool class, cool dude, right? And later on when Hamilton happens, I'm just like, why did I mean, now I cherish that moment so much, but I was like, why didn't I like really like bask in like why didn't I take notes? I mean, we never take notes in voice class, but still I was like, I should have.
Yeah. That's
So,
funny.
yeah, it was, but that's my Lynn story, and he's just such a precious human.
He is such a precious human. Like, he's one of my favorite people. It's so interesting how like I saw In the Heights back in the day. I have tickets to our local, like San Jose has a Broadway touring group thing that
Mhm.
comes through. So it came through. I saw it. I was like, yeah, that was really good, but I didn't register it super hard. It was just like one of the many shows we saw, whatever. And then I saw Hamilton a bunch, and then I watched In the Heights again, and I was like, oh my god, it's all here. Like you can see Hamilton forming
Mhm.
in the Heights.
Yep.
Like he has such a style anyway, but then all of the pieces are already like coming together. It's like when you go retroactively watch stuff like that, you can be like, oh, I get it.
I
And
get it. Yeah.
My husband's not like a musical guy at all. He doesn't get like, but he saw Moana, and he goes, and I didn't even know that Lin was involved in Moana. And even though like he sings in it and you can hear him singing, it
Him.
sounds um anyway, he goes, "Oh, that was the guy who did Hamilton for sure." And I was like, "What? You recognize that?" And then I looked it up and I'm like, "Holy crap, you're right. Like that's a strong style if my husband can identify it."
It's
Yeah.
very distinct, and I kind of like that. Like I know some people
Yeah.
don't, but like I think that like it is it's like it, you know, it's him, and I think
Yeah.
that's important. I think it's a really weird level of branding that like people don't always think
Mhm.
about, but like it's totally there and it's
Yeah.
great. I love it.
It's like how you always know a Danny Elfman score.
Yes, yes.
Specific. Yeah. Oh, we were talking about what song has the ability to cheer you up. Mine is Just Dance, Lady Gaga.
Justin.
Like literally every time, it does not matter what is, I could be
Yeah.
bawling and that will come on and it'll be like, yes.
It's a good one. That's a really good one.
That just makes
Toby
me,
hated Lady Gaga during that right like era. Like he was like, she's too mainstream. She's like too like this, that, dancey. And I'm like Team Gaga, you know. And finally it took till the Thanksgiving Day special where she like went back to her old, I think, high school. And we're watching this with my dad. And my dad is conservative, super like opposite of me. Like this man did not raise me. Like if you met him on the street, you would be like, that is not your dad. But like we're sitting there watching it and she's singing Hair, I believe,
Mhm.
and talking about being like bullied and dealing with her identity and stuff. And Toby just like puts his little hand and goes, paws up, and is like crying. And he's like, you converted me. And I was like, yes. So we're having this moment on the couch, and my dad is just like,
What's even happening?
what is going on? And I was like, Lady Gaga's a religion, Dad. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Like to this day, my dad's like, did you mean that? And I'm like, yes, but not in the way you think.
Yeah. Which one book have you always wanted to read but never got around to it?
Oh, you know what? And I just donated it to The Jungle.
Oh, uh-huh. Hmm.
Yeah, it's about like meat packing and that kind of stuff. I bought it I think when I was like 13 or 14 and I never cracked it open.
Hmm. And you
And
just gave it away.
I just donated it because first I'm gonna buy a Kindle soon because I want to have, you know, I want to have a green, I want to be more green, no
Hmm.
more footprints going around. But also I just spend so much money buying a book and then like being done with it and putting it on a shelf. And
Yeah.
I'm going through this phase right now where I don't want things. Like
Right.
there's just too many things and it's
Hmm.
stressing me out.
Yep.
So a Kindle, and then you can get a library card.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I will read it someday. I think that I just need to like, I needed to get rid of that book because I think that the actual physical item was like
Yep.
not doing it.
Yep. If there was a room filled with everything you've ever lost, what item would you be most excited to recover?
Did I just like forget about everything I've ever lost?
It happens to people.
Yeah, like I mean, I know I've lost sunglasses, but like
Yeah. Have you ever had like trauma over losing something?
I just had trauma over losing something. Like 2 weeks ago, we came back. Toby's mom passed away in the second week of January, and we had to go back to Arizona and take care of her estate. And I mean, I consider this lost, but like, I don't know. You can tell me if this falls under lost. We shipped back some heirlooms, and there is this beautiful tea set that has been in their family for like 120 years or something, some like just insane amount of time. And it's a coffee percolator
Hmm.
uh, that like is meant for a gas stove.
Hmm.
Like it has the little fixture for the gas stove thing. And then there was a tea, like a tea kettle, and then milk and sugar.
Hmm.
And everything but the coffee percolator was just destroyed,
Oh
like
no.
completely shattered.
Oh no.
And it was not fun.
That's like equal to injury too.
Yeah, so I think that that is my thing because it was like I went days crying because I had like this gut feeling when we were at UPS that we should have gone with USPS.
Mm-hmm.
I ship all my commissions through USPS and
Oh
they
yeah.
are fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
And the
You,
one time
mm-mm.
yeah, the I know, and I had the gut feeling, but like it was a price point thing, and like we had this huge chest that we were also shipping, and so we had somebody helping us drive it because we had a rental car, all of these things. So we just went, and I, like literally standing there while the guy is ringing things up, I'm like thinking to myself, let's just bail, let's just leave. We haven't paid. Like, let's just take our stuff and go to USPS. And
Mhm.
I didn't. I just stepped out of the room because it's not my things. It is my partner's things. And when they arrived to us, lots of things were broken, but that is the thing that I think like if I could go into this room of I would consider it lost.
Sure. Yeah.
It's lost. It's not what it is anymore. I would take that set. I'd take that with me.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. That really sucks, man. USPS is so much better than UPS.
I know. And they should have gone with my gut. But
So
my therapist has told me that like I can't do anything about it.
yeah. Yeah. But if you drop your keys into a pile of molten lava, let them go. Because man, they're gone.
And your hand will go if you put your hand in it.
Yeah.
I can't
Hot
sew without
motivation.
them.
This is what happened to Anakin.
Oh my God, you're not wrong. I completely I don't like Anakin stops for me. Like I just stop like thinking about Anakin like when the younglings. Like that's it. Like he's gone. Like you're not Anakin anymore. You're Mr. Meanie Pants over there. Cause I love Anakin, but not that person. No.
Mhm. I'm with you. There was also a weird, I have a funny story about that. So we went and saw, I think I think it's two, no, maybe three. I don't know. So one of them we went and saw in IMAX theater, and at the time, IMAX could not be any longer than like a certain amount of time because they can't change the reels because they're like massive, you know? So they had to cut that movie down. I think it must have been two, maybe it's three, I don't know. Anyway, what they ended up doing in that movie was essentially cutting out all of Hayden Christensen's actual scenes. And I'm like, this movie is so much better. Like, oh my God, this is such a better cut. Like, can I buy this cut? This is
Yeah.
yeah. The that one that like they left in was there's this one scene where they're like in a field, him and Padme, and it's kind of like a feminine hygiene commercial going
Oh
down.
no. I don't think I remember which one it is.
Like no, stop it.
I just know moody Anakin also gets on my nerves. Like I love Clone Wars Anakin so much.
Mhm,
Like I love the TV show. I love Anakin in it. I think that I mean, Anakin's one of my favorite characters
mhm.
from Star Wars. I cosplayed him, but like
So I think Anakin in Clone Wars, because I'm watching Clone Wars right now. I'm in season 4. Anakin in Clone Wars looks more like Henry Cavill than he does. Like if you look
yeah,
at it, he's got the butt chin, the whole
yeah.
yeah. And so I just imagine him as Henry Cavill, and that makes me a lot more happy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I'm a person like I watch cartoons and I like don't associate the face with the human. I just am like, you're a
Well,
cartoon.
I don't normally either, but because it's
But
supposed
like, yeah,
to be Hayden, I'm like,
yeah,
eh.
yeah.
I
Like
also,
I'm traumatized from your performance as Anakin.
I'm traumatized by Kylo. Like, I am like, what a whiny little bitch that dude is. I'm like, he's not scary at all. Like, he's having a temper tantrum. Like, please. Like, Darth Vader was actually scary,
Yeah.
dude. He's a child.
I
Like,
love I love the Twitter account Emo Kylo. It was like, oh my gosh, it was so good. We used to sit around and read his tweets out loud to each other. But like in a really bad, like a high pitched, like fry, like vocal fry kind of voice. Like Oh my God. Like she wouldn't even text me back. Like she didn't even look back in the mirror. That would be our Kylo impersonation.
Every time I see that any of those movies, I'm just like, oh my God, I can't even handle him. Why are these even like this? Like, give me some actual villain, please. Oh wow, the light outside is really beautiful. I just got super distracted. Hi. If you could have any artifact, piece of art, or thing from any art gallery, what would you have?
Okay, this is something I would just want for my wall. It's not like stealing something for the sake of stealing it. There's a so Frida Kahlo, she did a lot of paintings of herself, and there's one I can't remember the name of it. I want to say it's like the broken column or the broken something, but basically it's her in her brace and she's naked, and it's like her and her neck brace, and it is, or her whole like body brace, and it is I don't know, the look on her face is so sad and like
Mhm.
I don't know, there's just something about it that I want it on my wall. I
That's
want it.
cool.
I love Frida Kahlo's work a lot, and like it represents a very dark time in my life, and so I look at it being like, oh, I got out of that darkness, and I get to be in the light now, and I get to go and frolic in pretty gowns and not be that. And so I like having things that artistically remind me of like a thing, because I like to know how far I've come.
Yeah, that's cool. Every
So
time
I
I
think,
think about her, I think about Coco. Have you seen Coco?
oh yeah,
Like
Coco.
where she's like, but it is me, and I will come out of me, and then I will dance.
Oh, Coco is so like I had no expectations going into it, and I left it so full and happy and joyous. Oh, it was so lovely.
I love Coco. Like one of my favorites. I love that movie so
They
much.
did a live thing, I think, on Disney Plus, like a live concert or something.
You know what?
What?
I was at that concert
Oh, so
at the Hollywood Bowl every year until last year. They do a Disney, and that thing that they show on Disney Plus isn't the whole thing, because what they're actually doing is doing one of those things where the orchestra plays and then they show the movie, and
cool.
then but they don't do that in the thing that they put on Disney Plus. So they cut it's way shorter than what we were at, like a 2.5 hour thing. And then they have famous people come out and sing the part. So I've been to like Beauty and the Beast. I've been to Little Mermaid, I think twice. I've been to Nightmare Before Christmas twice. So I've seen Danny Elfman sing, and I got second row seats for that one. But Coco we went to, and we got box seats, and it was really awesome. And the Hollywood Bowl does this every year, and it's absolutely fantastic. Like hands down, one of the coolest things you can do with money.
That's awesome. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was super fun. All right, are you ready for the super controversial bonus question?
Yeah. Bring it on. Let's do it.
Is a hot dog a sandwich, and why?
Yeah. I think I'm just like so I don't eat meat, so I'm like I have no skin in the game, so I'm
Yeah,
like I just don't care.
yeah.
But if I had to say anything, I would just say yes, because why not?
I'm doing kind of a survey here, and what I'm finding out is that historical cosplayers or historical costumers say no, cosplayers say yes. And I'm like, that's because cosplayers are yes people.
Like yes, and I mean always like
Yeah.
I don't know. That's so crazy though.
I mean, it's funny to ask vegetarians this, because most of them are like, yeah, I don't even really know what a hot dog is.
And like my first like time ever having a hot dog, I think like a little kid, we didn't put them on buns. We would like slice them up and put them in mac and cheese.
Oh, that's so good.
So like my whole like concept of like a hot dog and like the context that this
Mhm.
question is in is like I did not learn about that until I was like 16 and I visited Chicago and
Yeah,
learned what a hot dog was.
yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you for joining me today, Casey.
Thank you for having me. This is fun.
It's fun. I love doing these. I will leave a list of Casey's accounts down below so that you can go check her out and show her some love. Please subscribe to her channel. You trust me. I guarantee you're going to like it. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and leave me some comments down below letting me know what you guys are working on and what you're up to, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye guys.